Nova Scotia. Kevin Dugas, please come to the stage.
The name Kevin Dugas, over the last probably 30 years, along with Gordy Smith, are pretty synonymous with the game of golf. I mean, they are the two top players that we've had, definitely in the province and probably Atlantic Canada. I've known Kevin for 30 years through playing golf. We're both 50 years of age, so I've known Kevin for 30 years.
Well, I think Kevin's a couple things. Mentally, if you watch Kevin, he manages his game exceptionally well. You know, his emotions, everything is in check. Just his competitiveness, he's got that fire in him that he wants to win golf tournaments.
The records that Kevin has set will never be equaled. He's been easily the most consistent, most dominant player that we have seen in Nova Scotia and probably Atlantic Canada golf.
The highlight for me with Kevin was certainly on the Canadian junior team in 1981. And after 2 rounds, Kevin and I were tied for the lead. We lost the interprovincial by 1 shot, but then Kevin went on to win the Canadian junior. Growing up in Nova Scotia and playing in that many national championships, it was great for both of us.
We're all very proud of Kevin and his achievements, and we certainly would like to congratulate Kevin as an association for his induction into the Nova Scotia Sports Hall of Fame.
Kevin, just like to congratulate you on your induction. Well deserved, and it's always a privilege to play golf with you. Have a great evening, and congratulations.
With an enviable 0 handicap at age 13, Kevin Dugas teed up early to become one of Nova Scotia's golfing greats. The Yarmouth-born golfer was only 5 when he first swung a club, and he quickly began dominating midget, juvenile, and junior play. In 1981, at 17, Kevin won the Canadian Junior Championship, dropping a 3-footer on 18 of round 4 to tie, and then winning on the second extra hole. He was the first and only Maritimer to win the title since Lee Windsor of PEI took it in the 1950s. Before turning 20, the man who says he never overthought the game was 1984 Nova Scotia amateur champion. Since 1985, he's won 16 Professional Golfers Association of Canada Atlantic Championships, 2 national titles, Canadian PGA Assistant Pro Honors, and shot the lowest daily round at the PGA of America Assistant Professional Championship in 1992. He most recently claimed the 2014 PGA of Canada Atlantic Assistant Professionals Championship. Always a great ball striker with terrific mental toughness, Kevin Dugas had the lifelong dream to be a winner, and tonight we induct him into the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the athlete category, here is Kevin Dugas. To present his plaque, a longtime friend, a former caddy, a golfing buddy, and a clubmate at the Clare Golf Club, also the Vice President of Golf Canada, Rolly DeVoe. And for the pin, one of the province's great golfers as an amateur and a pro, and a 2009 inductee to the Nova Scotia Sport Hall of Fame, Gordy Smith. Little guy at the Clare Golf and Country Club. Is it in Littlebrook or Soniaville? Comoville, right. Your geographics are so important. You grew up at a great time on a great golf course. Your family was involved, and you were on that course as a little guy, weren't you?
Every day, morning till dark, which is unfortunately you don't see anymore. But morning till dark, I was averaging 5 rounds. We had a 9-hole course, 5 rounds a day, all rain or shine.
What about the sport? Because you know, little kids can be fickle. They can go from one thing to another. But this grabbed you and held you forever. What was it?
Well, growing up in Clare, there wasn't a hell of a lot to do. If you know where the area is, excuse me. We tried Little League Baseball all summer. Most of the ball fields were along the coast. We got fogged out every second game, so I gave that up. And but yeah, it was a thing for me to do. I always enjoyed sports, and it didn't matter what sport. I picked it up, and if I wanted to try it, I tried to learn it before on my own, and I hate to brag, but I was good at pretty well everything. But but I was very competitive, and right from the start, especially in golf, I was self-taught. You know, picked up a few ideas on the golf swing from different golfers, but I grew up watching Lee Trevino at the time, and if I had videos of my swing back then and compared to his, it was very close. But that's what I did. I just figured out how to beat my last round, and it's knock on wood, I still have a little bit left. But
yeah. Let's do a couple short snappers. What's your career best round?
I think that last round at the U.S. Assistants Championship at PGA West, they had the top 50 American assistants there, and they had Canadian, British, Japanese, and Australian. And shooting that 67 the last round there was pretty good feat for myself, especially I had just played Calgary the week before, so there was a lot of traveling and time change. But and a tough golf course, obviously. But there's been a few. I've never expected this. So through the years, I never kept track of. I regret it now, obviously. But there was so many good rounds, consistent rounds. When I did play a little bit more than I do now, it seemed so much easier to make my 6-7 birdies around and you know, minimize the bogeys. And I think that's just trying to create a golf swing was behind the whole scheme of things. Let the swing hit the ball and take it from there.
Yeah, this guy is. I played. I don't even know if you remember. I used to live in Yarmouth, and we played a scramble together once, 3 guys and him, and it became a joke. Like, we didn't use anybody's shots for 18 holes, and we said, "Is this ever going to change?" And it didn't. He shot like a 63 or something. Anyway, thanks. What about your best ever shot under pressure? Can you describe it?
There's been a few. Obviously, winning the Canadian Junior, I had to make that 3-foot putt on the last hole. You know, when you're coming from Comoville, making that one felt good. Then I was very fortunate in the playoff. On the first hole, his ball actually disappeared in the hole and came back out, and then buried him on the second hole. But I think one of my shot-wise was due to a hockey injury, a severe shoulder dislocation. I was 17 years old. I'm playing my first Canadian assistants at Horseshoe Valley in Ontario. I'm on the 17th hole. The group ahead of us just teed off. Doesn't my shoulder pop out? So if anyone ever dislocated a shoulder, you know the pain I'm talking about. So is it going to come back in joint or not? Anyway, finally it comes back, and now I got to try to swing and play 2 holes. I had a 1-shot lead, I think. So I told myself, just try to par this, par 3. Get a par on this one, don't matter what, you kick it if you have to. So finally, I just had enough strength in that arm to swing the club. Made my par and birdied the last hole, and I think I ended up winning by 3 or 4. But you know, yeah, it was amazing. I didn't think I was going to be able to finish my last 2 holes. And again, a lot of people don't know that I was 2-time Canadian Assistants Champion as well. But yeah, there's all kinds of good.
Oh, no, we know. There's all kinds. From Camoville to pretty big stuff. Folks, a member of the Sport Hall of Fame, Kevin Dugas.